My ex-wife burst into my home and said, "You've been abusing my daughter during weekend visits." Behind Delilah, 2 police officers stood in my doorway, their faces carved from stone. One of them was already unclipping his handcuffs. "What?" The word came out broken. "Delilah, what are you talking about? Don't you dare," she hissed. "Don't you dare stand there and lie to me about hurting Yasmin." I pressed my hands against the floor to steady myself. "I would never." "Delilah, last weekend we went to the zoo. She had strawberry ice cream. It got all over her unicorn shirt and we laughed about it for 20 minutes. What is happening?" The taller officer stepped forward. "Sir, Child Protective Services has been granted emergency custody. We need you to come with us." "She fed the giraffes," I said stupidly, like that would fix everything. "She named one Frederick." "Delilah, please." "She fed the giraffes." But Delilah was already pulling out her phone, her hands trembling with rage. Miss Catherine documented everything. The bruises on Yasmin's arms. Yasmin told her, "Daddy hurts me." There are photos, James. Time-stamped photos showing finger marks. Catherine. The name hit me like ice water. Catherine from Tiny Steps Daycare. Catherine, who'd cornered me at pickup last Tuesday, pressed herself against me in the parking lot while Yasmin was in the bathroom, who'd whispered that she knew I was lonely after the divorce. "The daycare teacher," I breathed. "Delilah, it's the daycare teacher, the one who's been hitting on me. I told you about her last month when we were discussing pickup schedules." Delilah's laugh was bitter. "Of course you're blaming someone else. I filed a complaint with the daycare director 5 days ago. Call them. Please, just call them." But she was already walking away, the officers moving toward me. That evening, after 6 hours at the station, after my lawyer told me not to say another word, I sat in my empty house staring at my phone. The doorbell rang. Catherine stood on my porch wearing a sundress I recognized from last week's pickup, her lipstick fresh, holding a bottle of wine. "James," she said sweetly, "I heard you've had a rough day. Thought you might need some company." My throat closed. "What did you do?" She walked past me into my house like she owned it, setting the wine on my counter. "I gave your ex-wife some concerning information. Things I've noticed. Things Yasmin's been saying." "Yasmin never said anything. You know she didn't." Catherine turned, and her mask finally slipped. Her smile was still there, but her eyes were dead. "Oh, I know. She's such a sweet girl. So eager to please. It's amazing what kids will say when you promise them candy. She thought we were playing a game." The bruises, theater makeup. I did community theater for years. 20 minutes during nap time, some careful photography, and voila. I even made sure to use the same bruise patterns that typically appear in abuse cases. She smiled like she was proud of herself. "You tortured my daughter to get back at me?" "Tortured?" She laughed. "Actually laughed. You're the one who humiliated me. In front of the other parents. In front of my coworkers. Men like you, walking around thinking you're too good for someone like me. Acting like I'm beneath you just because I work at a daycare instead of some fancy office. I said I wasn't interested. You embarrassed me." Her voice cracked. "And now you'll lose everything. Your daughter, your reputation, any chance of getting decent custody. The other parents already know. I made sure to look properly devastated when I had to report it. They're all talking about how they missed the signs, how you seemed so normal." The front door opened. Delilah walked in with Yasmin's overnight bag to get her things, then froze when she saw Catherine. Catherine's face immediately crumpled into practiced tears. "Oh, Delilah, I'm so sorry you're going through this. I just came to drop off Yasmin's artwork from class. I think James shouldn't have any visitation at all, for Yasmin's safety." "Stop," I said, my voice steadier than I felt. "Delilah, ask Dr. Pete for Yasmin's camp physical records from 2 days ago." Catherine's tears paused for just a second. "The full body exam she needed for summer camp," I continued, watching Catherine's face drain of color. "Every inch documented. No bruises, no marks, nothing. And while you're at it, ask him to check his parking garage security footage from last Tuesday at 4:30. Delilah looked between us, and I saw something shift in her expression. "The footage of Catherine following me to my car," I said. "Of her grabbing me, of me pulling away. It's all there. Every second of it. She did this, I could tell Delilah had no idea who to believe. She pulled out her phone and called the cops. Full story on channel, link below."